Hello everybody, welcome to Super Gamekast 2. My name is Bronson. I'm one of your hosts, joined by the awesomest duder in video games, Aaron Reynolds.
I'm also a host.
You are the hostess with the mostest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have any hostess. I'm sad now.
I really love their pies.
I bet you do.
Yeah, their pies are good. Not so much Twinkies or Snowballs.
No?
No, not. You know what's like Twinkies? I prefer them refrigerated. It's a weird.
Sure.
I don't know if that's weird or not, but
I have no idea. I don't tend to eat Hostess products really too much.
I grew up very poor, and so they were in the house often because they were cheap.
Ah, yes.
So, well, I shouldn't say. Not my entire childhood wasn't poor, but a third of it was poor.
Well, yeah.
So I should rephrase that.
Look, man, there's no shame in it.
Oh no, for sure. But I had a very interesting childhood where I went from poor to middle class to upper middle class to lower middle class.
Yeah.
It was just Dad's company grew exponentially. Dad died.
Right.
It was a really weird. And then post college got to be any check could be the one where I'm homeless. So I've got to see the entire spectrum of wealth, except for being mega rich.
Yep.
Even got a taste of that from people I knew and my grandparents.
Yeah.
So
Man. Well, we're here now.
Yeah, no, for sure. We're here now. Lower middle class. It's great.
We're here to talk about video games.
Video games!
And other things, I guess.
Yeah, we occasionally just troll off into random stuff sometimes.
You never know.
Like the Starbucks line this morning.
God. Yeah, well, so that's the thing, is that you were talking about you went to a Starbucks you don't usually go to, and here, Starbucks are everywhere, but they are also still completely packed.
Well, yeah, because you guys have 50 million bajillion more people,
right? So it's we have totally gone through the drive-through a bunch of times, but it's a lot of times you just bite the bullet. You're drinking Starbucks a lot, so you get the app, and then you just order your damn drink, and then you walk in, and it's there.
No.
All right, I'm outie.
So the Seattle metropolitan area, which goes all the way up to Everett, all the way down. I think this goes way too far, but all the way down to Olympia. 3.5 million versus versus the Reno Sparks population.
Right.
Or Reno area population. Let's find out. Which, I mean, by this logic, that shit should go all the way up to Carson, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so. But it does go all the way out to Stitt. What the fuck?
What? No, that's weird.
Okay, whatever, fine, but, this is dumb.
But, yeah, so. No, you ended up sitting in a car for a while, huh?
Yeah, because, hey, guess what? Oh, 500,000. So, yeah, it's, what, 1/7 the size?
Sure.
Yeah, that's literally 1/7. So what ends up happening is I go to the downtown one. It's closed because they're repaving the drive-through and the parking lot. So shit. Okay, what's the next one? That was a drive-through. Keystone. Drive up to Keystone. Normally the Keystone one's empty. At least the drive-through is. Normally it's just when it's college kids studying. No, packed. Literally, I get in line. I turn into the parking lot and I'm in line for the drive-through.
Cool. Yep.
And I'm just oh my god, I just want a medium coffee. That's all I want.
You gotta find your local coffee shops.
Yeah, all those are farther away though. And the one I really, really like is in the mall. So.
Oh, I see. So you gotta drive south a bit.
Yeah, that's far enough. This was I wanted to grab something quick before the podcast. If this was a case of I had some time to read a book or work on some YouTube stuff, then yeah, sure, I'll pop out the laptop and chill at the mall for a bit. But
sure.
now if I'm just running in and out, Like, I want a drive-through. That's why they exist. And then, like, the next Starbucks drive-through is, like, out in South Meadows. It's the one by my work.
Yeah, I see.
Well, so here's the thing, is, like, I agree with you on the app thing and the order ahead thing. If it's a situation where I know it's going to be crowded. Like, my work, Starbucks, if you do not order ahead, you will be late.
Right.
Guaranteed. It does not matter what time of day it is, that drive-through, packed as fuck. So yeah, that's very, very goddamn annoying.
Yeah, and then it also helps that, like, I don't tend to drink Starbucks, but we just get Starbucks cards through work because my bosses drink so much Starbucks. So I'm like, all right, I have free money. I can go get some coffee, I guess.
Yeah, that happens to me. Like, my grandparents have a hookup, or my grandma does at least, and then, like, my insurance company occasionally gives out free Starbucks cards.
Okay.
And, like, it's just enough, like, free promotion to get me in. And then it's like, well, you're on the app and you have the stars, and you start getting free fucking drinks.
Yeah. Problem is, I honestly don't like Starbucks coffee that much compared to, like, stuff you can make at home.
For me, it depends. I don't drink enough coffee at home to justify buying it at home.
I see.
Because I have to restrict caffeine intake to, like, one coffee a day, if that.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, like, if it was like before my little pulmonary embolism thing, then yeah, like, I was pounding like 5 cups of coffee a day. It made total sense to make that shit at home. But yeah, and even then, like, once again, my favorite coffee is Boss Coffee. And they're in the mall, and the problem with them is they're one coffee shop and they're out of the way.
Yep.
Like, that's the problem. Like, Starbucks, they are literally everywhere. There was a brief period where we had 2 down the road from each other. There is, like, 4 within a mile of my house. We got them inside the casinos.
Yep.
Like, you cannot escape Starbucks.
You really can't. Sorry.
Well, yeah, like, I've been downtown in your city. Like, that's their headquarters. Like, fucking... Like, I remember the walk to PAX. Quinn and I counted, like, 12.
Oh my god, no, there's tons. It is all over the place.
Because, like, there's the one that's next to the GameWorks, and the one across the street from the GameWorks, and the one, like, a block down the road around the corner that's across the street from another one. Like, I remember, like, we took different paths almost every day at the convention center and kept finding new Starbuckses. Yep.
No, they're everywhere. Place I like to go to, though, is actually a block west of GameWorks, which is called Monorail Coffee. And they have they're just a little tiny shop in the building facing outwards, and then they have, like, some seating on the sidewalk next to the street, and that place is good. They have little cookie balls. I forgot the name of what they were, but they're little cookies in ball form, and it's so good.
My girlfriend turned me on to this hipster coffee place that was, which is, like, in kind of like it's next to that really, like, nice French restaurant in downtown Reno.
Okay.
And the coffee was excellent, but they had, like, all these vegan and gluten-free options for, like, food, and apparently my body does not respond to that well, because I instantly got sick off it, like, within hours. Like, it was like, so if you want to know how to poison me, apparently gluten-free.
That may require more testing, but also I wouldn't suggest you test that too much.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to eat there again, probably.
Okay.
Like, because, yeah, what did I have? I had it was like this cheesecake cookie gluten-free thing. It was vegan and gluten-free, which I don't know how the hell you managed that. But and it tasted great. Like, good on them for making a good alternative. That's actually one thing that has made, like, life a little easier is, like, there are healthy alternatives that don't taste like shit.
Right.
Like,
they're getting better at that.
I had a vegan pizza that was not too bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Pizza, I've had a couple.
It wasn't great. Like, if you asked me, like, hey, do you want to go to Pisano's or do you want this vegan pizza? I'm going to say Pisano's almost every time.
Yep.
But like, if you fed me this, it wouldn't. It wasn't like it was like a decade ago where like it was awful.
Right.
Just like how now we have like cauliflower potatoes that are not bad.
Yeah. So no, it's getting better. It's getting better. Have you tried the Impossible Burger at Burger King?
I've not. I saw South Park make fun of it though.
Oh, really? They did. Okay.
They made fun of all the fake meats.
Oh, interesting.
It's like people still buy this, but it tastes like shit. Yes. Oh, people are really buying this. It tastes like this, eh? And then Randy makes a version that gets everyone high. And like, it's the best burger I've ever had. And Towley is like, Towley's the best part is they don't make you bloated. Towley's had like 12. I'll send you the file for the episode.
Oh, God.
I downloaded it. It's too good.
Yeah, I've heard good things about that burger, and I want to try it, but I've never in my life been someone who goes to Burger King.
No, awful place.
Yeah, I don't know why it's as big as it is, to be honest with you.
Same. I don't get it. Like, almost every other fast food burger is better.
Right, I assume it's the Burger King. I assume the burgers are what makes it.
Like, people talk up the Whopper, and I'm like, have you been to a fucking In-N-Out? Have you been to a fucking Whataburger? Or even a Wendy's?
Their fries are, like, bad, awful tier, low tier fries.
The chicken nuggets are good, though.
Are they?
They do a pretty good chicken nugget, especially because of how cheap they are.
Oh, okay.
It's like,
well, then,
it's like
pretty good.
25 cents a nugget.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know. One of these days, I'll give it a shot, but I haven't been to a Burger King in maybe over a decade.
I tried to go to a Burger King last summer, but they were closed. Because
said no.
Yeah, like a friend of mine and I were out at like 1 a.m. We were starving, and we were just kind of like hitting up every fast food place on like Kitski, and because all these damn out-of-state people have caused Reno to adopt standards, business is actually closed now.
Ah, damn.
You know, like you don't have that row of fast food restaurants that are open till 4 a.m. ran by a bunch of crackheads.
You know, there was a time, man. There was a time where you could be just pulling an all-nighter, get in the car, head out, and you know, as Reno grows, it'll be that again.
Oh yeah, no, it'll double back around to like getting so big that you need those jobs, and like
right.
And there's a demand for it. So like, crackheads will be back to making fast food again. Yeah. So anyway, hey, we're a video game show.
We're a video game show?
We're a video game show.
What part of our show name says that we have to do video games?
The Gamekast part.
The super... Oh yeah. All right.
I actually got a message about this shit.
Okay.
A couple episodes ago. You guys spent 45 minutes talking about fucking parking.
Yes! It is gripping conversation. It is some of the most important conversation that you will find on the internet.
He's like, you guys just need to turn this into a general show. Just do a 6-hour radio show, Howard Stern style.
It is a general show.
Oh, God.
I know it's called Gamekast, but...
Oh, Lord.
This is why we have to change our name to something general, something dumb.
Salty bacon.
Yep.
There we go.
Back to that again.
Go full circle. The most full circle.
Yeah. Okay, I guess, there were some games that happened,
I've played a lot of games, actually, this week.
Okay.
Yeah, like, I got off work and didn't have a whole lot to do this week, and then I had an entirely open weekend. Girlfriend was busy with family. All the chores in the house were mostly done. The Exterminator doesn't have to come out for another week or two. So, like, yeah.
Let's go.
So, like, I had video, and, like, I had no other plans. It was time to video game.
Damn.
So first thing I did is I finished some of that. I finished Gears 5 because I had 2 chapters left. I have very mixed feelings on that game.
Okay.
I think it is a very good game.
All right.
When it is being a Gears game.
Yes.
Like that, those combat encounters are great. The characters are all fucking super likable. It looks amazing on PC and on the X. I can't say about the other Xboxes, but on the fucking high-end model or on PC that can do it justice, it looks gorgeous. My problems stem from a couple of different things. Is I finally tried the escape mode, and it just doesn't fit Gears. Gears has always kind of had a slower, more plodding pace. Okay. And when you try and add that to a mode that's like go, 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 escape, doesn't fully work.
Okay.
So toss that out. Then you have the campaign. Like I said, the story's probably one of the best in the series, probably tied with 3 for the best. And the combat encounters are great. The problem is there are 4 acts, and for 2 of those 4 acts, you get this fucking little sand skiff buggy thing that you can use to explore these open world areas, and that it serves no real purpose. Like, it's not like in the Halo ODST where you'd like find secrets or run into like combat encounters that you could choose to sneak around or actually fight, or like even Halo 1 where it's like, oh, we can choose to do the objectives in any order on this map. Right. It's literally just like, okay, I'm piloting my skiff, go to the place, and then it turns into, and like almost as if there's like a fucking Yahtzee said this in his review at The Escapist. I thought it was so perfect. Almost like I'm going into an amusement park. The camera pans in and like goes through like a doorway entrance. Like, okay, I'm in the Gears level now.
Right.
And it's just the most irritating shit in the world. And then the stuff out in the open world is upgrades for your robot. But your robot, you'll find those upgrades if you're exploring the regular levels for collectibles anyway, you will find plenty of upgrades for him.
Right.
The only thing that changes out there is you get the ultimate versions, but even that's just like, whatever. They don't affect this story at all. There's no reason to do these unless you are a completionist, going for the achievements, or something along those lines. That's all I can really think of. And like, this skiff just isn't fun. They're actually, stand corrected, out of the massive amount of time you spend in that thing between chapters 2 and 3, there's one scene where you have to outrun a lightning storm in the skiff.
Okay.
And it is it's a super visually impressive, and it is super fun. And that's like the one thing that I was just like, that was cool. But then I'm also like, this could have been an on-rail set piece in a normal Gears game. There's no reason this needed to be here.
You didn't need to create this whole portion of the game just to justify a set piece moment.
Yeah, but man, when you are just in regular ass Gears combat, and even the drone adds a little bit of flavor to that combat, because like one of the powers you get is like mind control, control a humanoid enemy.
Damn.
And he starts fighting for you as a distraction, and then cloak your team, heal your team. Like, he has a bunch of different powers to help you out, or in some cases solve puzzles. It's like that core Gears combat still holds up, and it's the best it's ever been. And it's something, man.
But they've been trying to branch out a little bit and sort of hit and miss.
Yeah, like in Gears 4, big hit. Like all the horror elements and the fucking weird like non-locust type creatures / swarm type creatures. A+. The problem is when you get to the Gears 5 and it's like, okay, well they're basically the locusts, but now with these monster-esque creatures, and then on top of that, you have this awful skiff section. It's almost like I'm not a Gears purist. I want them to do cool, weird shit with Gears, but you don't need to force it.
Yeah.
I'll say this: they're doing a lot better job than the Halo people are doing.
Oh, okay.
I like Halo 4 and 5. I especially love Halo 5's multiplayer. I think it's one of the best, most underrated multiplayers of this console generation. But, oh boy, let me tell you about how bad they fucked up those story modes.
Oh no.
So, let's put it this way: as if you are a hardcore Gears fan or a hardcore Halo fan, I see why, as a hardcore Gears fan, you'd be way happier with Gears 4 and 5 than someone would be with Halo 4 and 5.
Right.
So, and then we just pretend Gears Judgment doesn't exist.
Sure.
No one acknowledges it.
Well, right.
And it feels just kind of like a mediocre expansion to Gears 3. So
there's no number.
Yeah.
Remember that God of War game that came out after 3 that was like some...
Ascension, yes.
Yeah.
Because I reviewed that. Thing. I reviewed that. What? Yeah. It had an online multiplayer mode.
Right? That was weird.
It was just like, okay, Sony Santa Monica, we need to do something.
Yeah.
Well, make another God of War.
I don't know.
Another prequel. This series already has 2 prequels. Let's do another.
But a console prequel.
Yeah, not a PSP prequel.
Yeah. So.
It was really technically, it's technically, but like.
No, absolutely. But that was like it.
Yeah, it was
like I don't know why this exists otherwise.
Yeah, it's fine. It was the only God of War game that I struggled to finish. All the other God of War games, I beeline through them.
Yeah.
Especially the most recent one. The most recent one, we streamed our run of it, and every day I'm asking Stephanie, let's stream today. Let's stream today. Let's stream today.
Yeah.
So yeah, that one I wrapped up. It's multiplayer, spot on. Arguably the best in the series with 4. Same thing with Horde mode. Arguably best in the series with 3. I like that there's matchmaking for Horde now. Although Horde is best with a group of friends.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, if you get a group of friends and get to those 50 waves, dude.
Yep.
Okay, so got that out of the way. Destiny 2, Shadowkeep.
Oh, yes. What's up?
I'm so conflicted.
More conflicted than before?
Because I like the game a lot.
Okay.
A lot. But I can see where people would have problems with it.
Alright.
Namely with the fact that, if you have not logged in since, the beginning of Forsaken or further back, the game's just here, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this currency, that thing, this synthesizers, Gambit, this, that, and you're just like, okay.
What do you do?
What do I do? I don't know, man. Get your light level up.
Okay.
I'm just gonna play the Shadowkeep campaign. So what I ended up doing before anything is I read up online about what actually matters and whatnot, and immediately culled that list down. Where I was just like, okay, never need to do the Forsaken content, chopping that off. Never need to do this. Boom, boom, chop. And then just kind of focused down. Okay, I need to get my light to 9-10 up. So I did my weeklies. I did not touch the story mode because at the end of the story mode, the higher your light level, the better piece of gear you're gonna get. So I wanted it to be a pinnacle level weapon.
Yeah.
So I was just like, all right, well, shut up and let's gear up through these other means. So I geared up through PvP and weeklies and strikes and Gambit and Iron Banner. And right now I'm at light level 929. I have an exotic auto rifle. I don't have an exotic piece of armor that's going to beat any of my Iron Banner armor yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I just... Yeah, man, that game hits all the right parts of my brain that are slot machine. Like just every time, because every time you play a match, there you get some gear, and it's either going to be components or it's going to be an upgrade. And then and then you need to do your weeklies, which are Gambit, which Gambit's like their PvP PvE mode.
Okay.
It's really fun actually. It's like, okay, you each have to kill all these enemies to get motes, and then you turn in the motes to summon a boss, and whoever kills their boss first wins. But every now and then during the match, one of your team members can go over to the other side to pick people off, so they lose their motes, or they die, so their boss gets health back.
Wow.
So you can just go dick with each other at random, and like it's one of my favorite modes of the past year for a multiplayer game.
Interesting.
And that was introduced in Forsaken. So I did all my weeklies over 2 weeks, and now I'm almost raid geared. I'm 1 point away to get into the raid. I'm missing an exotic piece of armor that I can probably get and get a really good piece.
Yep.
I'm just kind of waiting for one that fits into what I want to do, and it's a lot of fun. The shooting feels so good.
I jumped into. I forget if I talked about this last week, but I jumped in briefly.
We did not. We were too busy tearing apart that terrible list.
You're right. Yes, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. So like, I was overwhelmed by the amount of stuff that you have to do, and I have not gotten to the part where you got a list and then you narrowed it down. But yeah, I played it, and guess what? It's a Bungie-ass shooter.
It feels good, right?
It feels better than any other shooter I know.
Like, it's just it feels good actually playing it, and then you add that like gear progress element, and just like it's just like, oh, just let the heroin drip in.
I'm overwhelmed with information right now on what to do and where to go. So I'm like, I just go out and shoot stuff.
That's actually like my big critique of it is like, if you were a new player, like a new player to this, you are gonna have no idea what the fuck is happening.
Yeah.
Especially because like, okay, you've never played any of the campaigns, which you can play those. You can go to a person and like say, hey, give me the quest for the Red War, the Osiris, and the Warmind. And then you can buy the Forsaken expansion to do Forsaken. And then you can buy Shadowkeep to do Shadowkeep.
Yep.
And then, but you don't need to do any of that if you don't want to.
Right.
Because once you get to... This is actually something super smart. Once you get to endgame, so once you're in that level, the higher light levels, like you're approaching 920, 930.
Yeah.
All the old raids are relevant for gear still. You can still get pinnacle gear from them.
Okay.
So even if you don't own Shadowkeep, you can at least go run Leviathan.
That's cool.
So yeah, that was something that I was a big fan of. Like I like the fact that you can... It doesn't give as much benefit to the person who like goes back to do the older content. But even then, I could go drop in with you and help you run your strikes for the week and still get something out of it.
Sure.
Like all that kind of stuff is really nice. I would say what they need to do, in all honesty, is at minimum have you do the Red Legion campaign, which is the original D2 campaign.
Okay.
Which I know it's kind of long. Like it's like 10 hours.
Yeah.
But, like, I think having you do that and, like, gear you through that is better than their current option of, like, if you don't get Shadowkeep, you're just, figure it out. If you do get Shadowkeep, they give you a lot of direction because, like, the first thing they expect you to do is go do the Shadowkeep storyline.
Right.
Which I'm about halfway through, and I almost regret... grinding all my stuff out before that because it's so easy now.
Oh,
I'm just standing there staring at bosses, getting shot at, being like, ho, puny boss.
Yes.
And then on top of that, like I'm just like all my guns just like knife through butter. The story seems fine. Like, I really liked the... I really like the main campaign story of Original Destiny. I really like the main campaign of their big first expansion. Not the two mini expansions after D2, but the first big one, Forsaken. I really like that campaign. So for this campaign to be kind of just like, it kind of bums me out a little bit.
Sure.
I've heard great things about the raid. I've heard it's one of the best ones in the history of the series. I've heard going back to the moon is super fun, especially if you played a lot of Destiny 1 and you remember a lot of the locations.
Right.
Like, literally, like, I went to go do this mission, and I was like, wait a minute. And I'm like, I know where the fuck this is! Yeah. That's that fucking hole where you do the first mission on the moon in D1.
Right.
Yeah, like, that was really neat. Here's the thing. It's free. Check it out. Before you check it out, though, have a guide.
Right.
Go find a guide that tells you, here's all the fat you can trim out. And if you like what you try, I highly recommend picking up Shadowkeep. My friends list is full of people are doing it. If anything, it's a good way to get it's a good weekly game. Because
sure.
I've been playing it for 2 weeks and I put 34 hours in.
Oh, man.
And it's a good weekly game because, like, every week it's like, okay, play your 5 Crucible matches, get your Crucible bounties done, Pinnacle gear. Gambit, get your 3 Gambit matches done, get your 8 Gambit bounties done, Pinnacle gear. Get your weapon bounties done, Pinnacle gear. Get your strike bounties done, Pinnacle gear. Alright, you can go raid or you can do Nightfall strikes. Other than that, you're done for the week.
Interesting.
So it kind of gives you a weekly checklist that, honestly, you can probably knock it out all in one full Saturday. Or you can do what I do, where, like, you get off work and, like, it's just mindless enough to where you're not, like, you know, where you can still get in the zone, but it still requires, like, thought and reaction to where you're, you know, playing and whatnot. So, yeah, Destiny's kind of the best it's ever been.
Interesting. Sounds like it's going well. The community is as loud as ever, trying to, make sure it is a good game.
One thing I will say about it is, as someone who has kind of hung on for a lot of this Destiny shit, because I've been very off and on. Like, I was a big supporter of D1. Like, Destiny 1, when it first came out, I'm like, they're combining Halo and World of Warcraft. This is going to be the best game of all fucking time. And it wasn't that. and I capped a character and did the first raid. And in that first raid, you saw the potential of this is what this could be.
Yeah.
But then the first year, it was them fixing a tire fire.
Right.
But then that first expansion came out. Taken King fixed D1, and it made, like, that entire expansion and the 2 after it were so good. I didn't do its last year because at that point I was kind of burnt out. And then D2 comes out and appears to fix all the problems of D1, but it still has a common Destiny problem of not enough content. And the first expansion of 2 was really short and didn't have enough stuff, so that pissed me off extra hard. So I skipped Warmine, but I came back for Forsaken. And by the time Forsaken was out, it did have enough content. And now it currently does have plenty of content. So they've kind of fixed the major problems with that game. And if they can just get to a point where where they just give players a more straightforward path, I could easily see that, like, this being, like, the next Warframe, the next PUBG, like, free-to-play phenomenon.
Yeah.
And this is just a personal thing about the game that just kind of rustles my jimmies a little bit. The game has really good lore. Really, really good lore. Like, shockingly good.
Okay.
Like, I'm a huge World of Warcraft fan and Warcraft fan good, and a lot of it is kind of better, and the ideas are really cool. Because it's like, you have this, like, hard Halo sci-fi, right?
Yeah.
But what if we took that and added, like, space wizards?
Yeah.
and space magic.
Sure.
Fuck yeah. And that's what Destiny is.
Right.
They have these 2 books that are like the entire lore, like the Grimoire Anthology 1 and 2, and I'm like, come on, pick those up. Not gonna lie. So yeah, that's Destiny.
Okay.
That's Destiny. You should, everyone should give it a shot. Personally, I think you should probably check out the expansion, but that's up to you.
It's free to play if you have a machine that can play it.
Yeah.
No harm in giving it a shot.
Yeah, it's free on Xbox and PS4 as well. So,
Yeah.
What's really cool is if you played it on one platform and move your save over, it unlocks all your achievements.
Oh, cool.
So if you're like on the Xbox version, it'll just go like ding, 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 ding. But be careful of that. You can only move a character once every like 6 months.
Right.
So,
they don't want you jumping around. So,
yeah. So
whatever.
Yeah, I highly recommend. Been having a lot of fun with that. Next on my list of video games was... Oh man, I lost my list. Damn it.
Oh man, I looked at the Destiny subreddit. Which, if you want to talk about a game that has a community, the number of people subscribed to Destiny the game is 1.2 million. And they are hella active, very much talking about the game. And then I just saw like a little bit of armor that you can get, and that reminded me, the armor and the guns and just the way everything is designed, the way it looks, like, is some of the best looking stuff I've ever seen.
Like, even the shitty gear can look cool.
Right.
Like,
I was actually amazed.
Which, it goes against, like, part of the reason I love MMOs. But on the other side of that, like, it is nice to not look completely, awful.
I hate looking awful. It's one of the parts that I dislike about MMOs. I understand you need to feel like you're getting better, but I thought that's what the damage numbers and all that were for.
That's what they're both for. You need to look like a hobo.
No, I'll look like a hobo until like level 20. Give me something, man.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Destiny, you hit the cap so fast that, like...
Well, yeah, Destiny doesn't have that problem for a couple different reasons.
I'll send you a picture of. It's a little dark because of the way Shadowplay decided to take the picture, but I'll send you a screen cap of my dude.
Yeah,
Hold on.
just looking at the armor makes me want to play the game.
Well, I have a full Iron Banner set, which is like the PvP hardcore.
Right,
It's
which
like
I'm never gonna do. But
you are the baddest PvP motherfucker. But yeah,
cool.
And that's me without coloring it or anything. That's just default. But yeah, no, it's one of the top 20 games on Twitch. So,
Right.
Yep. So yeah, D2.
D2 is a thing.
It's a thing.
People are excited about it.
All right, then I picked up the new Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, I was so I played the beta. I played the beta, and I liked it a lot. I dug it quite a bit. It was a lot of fun. I was digging what was going on in that beta, and excuse me. So I decided, well, COD has good resale value. If I end up hating this, well, I can resell it and get most of my money back.
Right.
So I ended up picking it up, and I've played the first 5 missions of the campaign, and it feels like a COD 4 style campaign. Like, they know when to slow it down a little bit, they know when to pick it up. It feels it doesn't feel like Modern Warfare 3 and onwards, which is always just go, 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 go.
Yeah.
Which, that's nice. Then you have the multiplayer, which it feels like they slowed it down a lot. Like, the best kill streak I've seen so far is like a 10.
Okay.
Yeah, like, it just feels like a slower game. Like, you don't get the knife until level 22.
Wow.
Yeah,
right.
like, there's all the gun unlocks and perks and all that good shit. And then there's additional perks you can do and stuff you can unlock. It's, in my opinion, it's like they took Call of Duty and they saw, like, this is progressing to the point of where this is just going to turn into Unreal Tournament, and said we need to scale this shit back in about 50 million different ways.
Oh man, okay, interesting.
To where it does feel like the first Modern Warfare in a lot of ways.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like they took the first Modern Warfare and they were like, hey, let's go and add more. Like, let's add a bunch of kill streaks that wasn't in that game because that game only had 3. Let's add a bunch of stuff to make it so this game is let's make it so this game is more appealing to a modern sensibility, but make it play like that old game, which they really nail it in a lot of ways. Like I built an entire class around my M4, the assault rifle, and I love it. It's great. I am looking forward to getting the knife though, so I have better mobility. But like, and then they kept the perk system or not the perk system, the multiple loadout system. So depending on what kind of kill streak you can get better stuff as you go. I don't know, man. You got questions?
Not really. As long as it plays like Call of Duty and it's still that game. Like, I've never really worried about Call of Duty after Modern Warfare 2 or so. Like,
I have played all of them.
I bet you have. I played a little bit of Black Ops.
Man, it's almost like I reviewed all of them for like ever.
Yes, exactly. So it's like, I don't know. I imagine the core gameplay experience of Call of Duty is still intact.
So the thing is, though, is like when you play them year to year, you notice the big differences.
True. Yes.
Which is the point of where I'm at. Because I used to review them, and then this year I was just like, well, I'm not gonna stop now.
Right.
And in all reality, normally I just rent them though. It's like I was genuinely, after that beta, I was really excited for this actually. And the thing is this generation for Call of Duty has been so meh for me. Because it started with Ghosts, which might actually be the worst one in the franchise. Ghosts are 3.
Okay.
And then it, which is made by I cannot believe the same people who made Ghosts made this. It's hard for me to even imagine.
Okay.
But yeah, so you have that, and then you have then you have the fact that before that you have Black Ops 4, which is basically just PUBG, zombies, and multiplayer. They didn't even have a campaign.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I mean, all that their PUBG mode is probably the best PUBG games till Apex hit.
Right.
But it's still kind of like just, it's Battle Royale. And then you had, before that, it was it was World War II, which at first I was really excited for, but they didn't understand what made the good Call of Duty World War II games good.
Okay.
Which the fact that they, they had the action movie stuff, but they also had some historical realism in them that this didn't have any of at all. Because if you go play the original Call of Duty, which I've been playing Call of Duty since the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I have literally a boxed copy staring at me on my shelf right now of the first Call of Duty. And I've played every one of them since. Well, all the main series one. I don't count shit like Big Red 1. But I played all of them since. And the first 2 Call of Duties, well, they still had a lot of that action movie, like, jingoism and whatnot. They also still had, like, hey, you want to know what was really fucked up? All this shit that happened in World War II.
Yeah.
Why don't we show you some of that? Like, oh, you're a Russian soldier. Our advantage as Russians is we have more numbers than everyone. So we're going to have you chase go run at a machine gun nest with your bare hands.
Great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, just stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that was my problem with World War II. Infinite Warfare just felt like from a campaign standpoint, it just felt like like an amusement park ride.
Okay.
Like, it just felt like, and not in a good way, like, everything felt like it was on rails.
Oh, I see.
The story was not very good. And then, like, the fact that the week prior I had a sci-fi game in Titanfall 2 that was
Right.
way better.
Yeah.
Just staring me in the face did not help. Before that, it was Black Ops 3.
Right.
It was fine.
Yep.
Like, that was probably the most wheel-spinningest one yet at the time.
Okay.
Then, what was before 3? Was it Ghosts? I want to say it was Ghosts, which was, once again, I think it might be one of the worst in the series. And then, before that, it was... What was 2013? What was 2013? I'm going to have to look this up on Wikipedia. Hold on.
Might as well.
Call of Duty, Wikipedia. Okay, here we go. So it was Advanced Warfare. I missed one.
Oh.
That should tell you everything about that game. Like, that's the one that added some of the Titanfall stuff, but it wasn't nearly as good as Titanfall.
Oh, right.
So that should tell you everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then... Sorry, we had Advanced Warfare... Then we had Ghosts before that. And then we had what I called the last really great Call of Duty. Black Ops 2. That was the last Call of Duty that I sat down and I was like, fuck yeah. That is a 9 out of 10. That is what this shit's all about.
Okay.
Because, like, here's kind of how the series went. 1 and 2 are masterpieces. They're great World War II games. Fantastic. 3, you can tell it's made by another team. They tried, but 4, one of the best games ever made. World at War, same thing as 3, but a little better. Zombies.
Right.
Modern Warfare 2, one of the best games ever made. Black Ops 1, underrated at the time.
Okay.
Like, considering where the series would go.
Yeah.
Plus, those Vietnam levels were rad.
Sure.
Modern Warfare 3, way too overkill. Like, it's OCD, the video game. Or ADD, the video game, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Where it's just like, hey, we're going to blow up the Eiffel Tower. Hey, we're going to have a bombing attack. Hey, we're going to jump out of an airplane. Hey, never rest. Never stop.
I mean, that's what it is, right?
No, because, like, you'd play, like, COD 4 and you'd have, like all gillied up.
That's true.
You'd have, like, you go look at the older COD games and, like, they're paced so well.
Yeah.
Right? And, like, then you look at, like... And, like, even Black Ops 1 has some of that stuff. But then Modern Warfare 3 was like, fuck that. Fucking all adrenaline all the time. Let's go, baby.
For hours and hours.
Let's fucking mainline this bull shark testosterone. Let's go. And the multiplayer. Then from the multiplayer's perspective, it was just way too fast. Like, Call of Duty was already fast, but, like, that game was just like, you breathe, you die.
I see.
You know, it's just like, you stop staring at the screen, like, tweaking for a minute, you're dead. Then you had Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2, here's why I like Black Ops 2. One, it had that weird campaign that was kind of like a choose-your-own-adventure book.
Okay.
And then the multiplayer did something really fucking cool with the way they did classes. So the system was called Pick 10. You had 10 points to spend on where the fuck you wanted. If you wanted to carry 7 weapons, if you had the points to do it, great.
Right.
If you want to wield a knife and have 5 perks, go nuts.
Interesting.
And the thing is, you didn't get streaks just for killing. You got them for helping too, like healing people or doing recon, etc. Not nearly as many as kills, but it was still something.
Yeah.
So, like, if you were, like, a bomb support player, you were helping your team with care packages and getting UAVs and getting all this stuff. So you could, like, you didn't have to be, like, the Rambo of your team to be, like, really supportive and helpful and do cool shit.
Right.
And then it had a really good zombie mode.
Okay.
And then, so yeah, like, that is where Call of Duty went, and here we are again, where they've slowed shit down a little bit. They've slowed it down. They don't have pick 10, but they do have an unlocking system where, like, okay, you've been using the M4 a lot, we're gonna unlock the laser sight for the M4. Now you've been using this gun a lot, we're gonna unlock the grenade launcher for this gun, etc., etc. The perks are back. Like I said, it feels like a lot of it goes back to Call of Duty 4.
Okay.
That's what it feels like. A lot of it goes back to Call of Duty 4. I've been having a good time with it. I can't give my full judgment on it yet because I'm not that far in the campaign, but it feels like it's the first one where I haven't played it opening weekend and was just like, yep, it's that. It's that but faster, or that but slower, or that but battle royale.
Right. Okay.
This one is like it's they're kind of returning to form.
Right.
Like to their peak. And if you would have told me that Infinity Ward would be the one doing it, I would have laughed in your face, because this last gen they were the kings.
Right.
This generation, they made Ghost, Advanced Warfare, and Infinite Warfare. That is a bad track record. So anyway, we'll be that's.
So update next week.
Yeah, I'll keep you updated on that, because I do want to play more. I've been having a good ass time with it.
Okay.
Next up is Yooka Lay-Lee and the Impossible Lair.
Oh.
So I got sent a copy of this from the fine folks at Team 17 for the stream I run. Hey everybody, that's twitch.tv/2RoomieStream.
Yeah.
Me and my roommate streaming. And I've been playing it off and on. It reminds me a lot of Donkey Kong Country.
Okay.
In good ways and not good ways. Like, it feels like those guys made Donkey Kong Country, they made Banjo-Kazooie, they made GoldenEye, and it feels like they made their Banjo-Kazooie remake, and it was okay. I reviewed it, I gave it a 3 out of 5, I was like, there's a lot of problems here, but if you like that old-ass style of game, that old-ass style platformer, you're still probably going to love this. It's funny and charming and cute. You play this, and this style of game just holds up a lot better, but it's still every bit as derivative.
I see.
So there's still that problem. Music's great, presentation's great, it's funny, it's well designed. Like you'll have, one thing I really liked is it does a Breath of the Wild thing where you can go beat the last boss at any point.
Oh.
It's called the Impossible Lair. That's why it's called the Impossible Lair. Is you go to this. The Impossible Lair is really hard. Like, it's super, super hard. And if you can beat it normally without getting hit or anything. But if you want an easier time with it, you need to play the rest of the game to get the beast, the battalion.
Mm-hmm.
A battalion of bees, if you didn't get the pun.
Yep. Oh, got
it. Which you get by going back and freeing them from their other levels, and that for each battalion you free, you can take extra damage. So at any point in the game, you can be like, "Hey, I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna see if I can finish it up."
Interesting.
Yeah. The actual platforming levels are pretty standard. Difficulty curve seems pretty standard. One thing I will say that I fucking hate is that they have a normal death mechanic, which what that normal death mechanic is it's you fall into a pit, you die, you lose, but the other death mechanic is you get hit And just like in Yoshi Island, Yooka or Lay-Lee will fly away from you and you need to go catch her. And if you don't catch her, you will not only miss out on some of your abilities, like in Donkey Kong Country, but if you get hit again, you're dead for good.
Man.
So that was annoying. Like, I find that system incredibly annoying. Music is super catchy. It's done by the Tropical Freeze people.
Okay.
It's good. I don't know if it's $30 good.
Right.
Like, I'm going to say if you can get this on, like, a Switch sale for, like, $15-$20, hop on it immediately. But for $30...
I may check that game out. That seems like it could be up my alley. I don't know.
If you like a good 2D platformer that is really funny, then I highly recommend
3D platformer?
No, it's 2D.
Yooka-Laylee?
This is Yooka Lay-Lee 2.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Yooka Lay-Lee and the Impossible Lair.
Hang on. My understanding of this game was...
The first Yooka Lay-Lee is a 3D platformer. It's very Banjo-Kazooie.
Okay.
The second Yooka Lay-Lee...
Oh, wow. Yeah. Alright.
So, in fact, they even make fun of the fact that their first game kind of had middling reception. When someone asks, like, hey, how you doing? And they're like, better than the first game.
Interesting. Well, good.
So,
it seems like they have a lot of charm in that game. So.
Yeah, like they have their parody of the Rare logo for the Platonic logo.
Nice.
Like, it's all just a bunch of old Rare guys.
Yeah, they know what this is.
Yeah, and, like, the first Yooka Lay-Lee was a good attempt at, like, them doing what they used to do. But then they realized, man, no one wants to play a 3D collectathon anymore, turns out. Unless it's like Mario or a Hat in Time where they're doing a bunch of new crazy shit.
Right, if you're changing things up when you're doing it, then, like, I think there's totally a place for 3D platforming, but
that's not what that was.
Right.
At all. But 2D platforming where hey, we're doing a Sonic Mania Mario World type thing. Yes, absolutely.
Right. Yep.
And yeah, no, it's if you're in the mood for a good ass 2D platformer.
Sure.
Like, once again though, just $30 is a little much.
It's a lot of money.
Especially because, like, Steam sales cometh soon.
Yeah. And
the thing about Steam sales is, like, you can get both Guacameles together for, like, less than that.
Right, so...
You can get, like, like, there's a lot of stuff you can get for $30, but if you wait for a sale, or, like, I don't know, like, they're going to put out a cartridge version soon, / CD version eventually, so, like, if you can wait for a friend to loan you a copy or something along those lines, then check it out then.
Yeah. All right.
So, next on my list is The Outer Worlds.
Oh, yes.
You played some of this.
Yes, I did. So how far did you get?
I got about 2 hours. I got the first major settlement, and he's like, hey, can you go collect these debts for these 4 people, and here's the town center guy. And I was tired because I had work the next day and a migraine, so I was like, I'm going to go to bed now.
Okay. I finished the first little bit of quest line, and then I went over to the Groundbreaker and have been talking with people, trying to figure out what's going on over there.
So what did you put your points into?
Oh God, I don't remember. I've been putting them into, trying to get short range and long range slowly going up. Initially I was putting points into dodging because of that jump mechanic where you can, jump once and then you jump again to dart in a direction in midair. That seems useful at the time. I've been putting a few points into persuasion and lying and intimidating.
I put like most of mine into that. It's like that, medical, and it was that, medical, and guns.
Yeah.
So like I just wanted to be like What are the most likely situations I'm going to need to be in this strange colony world? Probably
Right.
being able to persuade and lie to people.
Yeah.
And then, all right, what's the next skill I'm going to need? Probably to heal myself and to shoot people.
Yep.
I actually have a hilarious story from my first, so you know those two, so that first ship you go to where you become captain of it?
Yes. The unreliable.
Yes, the unreliable. Well, you know those two company guards you meet outside who help you with the marauders?
Yep.
I accidentally shot one of them
Okay.
in a gunfight, and then so I had to kill them both, and I stole all the shit. And I go on the ship and I talk to the AI, and I'm now Captain What's-His-Face, Captain of the Unreliable.
Captain Alex Hawthorne.
Thank you.
Yes.
And I come out, and, this guy's like, hey, do you know what happened here? These two fucking dead yahoos. And I'm like, and it gives me the option, tell the truth, lie,
Yep.
or, two other options. And I lie, and I say, and the response is, oh, yeah, they inexplicably just shot themselves. And then his response is, inexplicably just shot themselves. Huh, second time this month. All right. And I'm just like, wow.
All right.
Yeah.
God damn it. So, that's the thing about this game. I have some... I realize I picked up this game because it was on the Xbox Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
There's obviously been a lot of hype around it. But the thing was, I was never, a huge Fallout fan and not necessarily a New Vegas fan, although New Vegas was the Fallout that I played the most.
Okay.
And it becomes very apparent when you jump in that it's made by the New Vegas people, and this is a New Vegas-ass kind of game, in that it is very well written. You play because you want to enjoy the story, you want to explore the characters, you want to see how people react to each other, and how your interactions with the world can influence certain things. But I have found the gameplay, specifically the combat, to not be very fun.
So, here's the thing I can say about that.
Okay.
As someone who played through Fallout 3 to try and understand why people liked it, and as someone who played through Fallout 4, played a large amount of Fallout 4 because people kept asking us to live stream it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
This combat is way better than both of those. So I'm
I believe that.
I'm coming from a standpoint of I'm already a beaten dog who's like, oh, this new master doesn't beat me as much, so it's much better.
Well, so if you're into those kinds of games, it's exactly that Fallout-esque fighting. So
that's been one of my complaints about those kind of games is the combat sucks.
I just don't get anything out of it.
Well, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel strategic. It feels a little strategic, but
it feels less strategic than Fallout because it doesn't have the VAT system.
Right, it has its own slowdown system though.
But it's a slowdown system that runs out real quick.
Yeah, VATS can kind of do that a little bit. You could use VATS twice in a fight.
Well, yeah, but at least you have time to plan stuff out.
Yeah, that's true. But either way, the combat is marginally better than what Fallout, Skyrim, and Oblivion have always been.
Okay.
And I would say it's I haven't played KOTOR 2 in recent enough to be able to really say. But it's that thing where you'll be shoot a dude in the head with no helmet, and it'll be oh, he's not dead.
Right? Yeah. And, as you level up your use of guns, you can pick out parts of the body. Some are more critical than others and things like that. But it's, I don't know, that the actual playing of the game in terms of the combat it just does not feel good. When you're coming off of Destiny 2,
oh yeah,
coming off of other games that, and then you jump into this,
coming off of
what?
Coming off of Gears and D2,
yeah,
might be a little bit of a hard move. But for me, I in my mind, I'm thinking oh god, this is gonna play just like Fallout 4, isn't it? and it doesn't. It's actually
Right.
I'm like, oh, okay, well, this sucks, but I can still kind of deal with it.
Well, like so that's the thing is that it's I enjoy the world and I enjoy talking with people so much that I'm willing to ignore other aspects of it. And then there's obviously the big thing of collecting armor and collecting and customizing guns and spending a lot of time in menus, working on not just your stats and all that, but going through your weapons, breaking down your extra weapons, modifying them, and changing their damage type and uh, figuring all that stuff out is fun in its own way. Um, and then going around in the world is a fun time. Walking around, it's a beautiful game. Um, I love seeing the people when they do that thing in Fallout where you go up to talk to someone and they turn and square up to you and chat, but they just look good and I like the way they're written and it's a good game. You have to be okay with the combat for what it is because that's how you get through a lot of that game.
Yeah, like it's very much a Western RPG in that sense, but
Yep.
like unlike Fallout and The Witcher and Skyrim to an extent, this world and these characters are actually really gripping me, and that's what's going to get me to stay around.
Yeah,
I every time I have a dialogue interaction, I either have a good laugh or like I get some info on this world that is super funny or interesting or weird. I loved when the character creator, like, you pick mascot and it's just like I picked mascot and he had something like snide to say about each one. And like the way you pick your stats, he'll talk about that too and just
Yep.
yeah, no, like it's been consistently, and once again, neither of us are that far in, but
Nope.
it's been consistently it's the first one of these since Skyrim that I've wanted to play a little more of.
Sure.
Because I like The Witcher felt like a chore a lot of the time. Fallout just feels like torture most of the time. So like this is one of the ones that I genuinely was feeling good about.
Yeah. I'm currently stuck at a plot point where I have to kill a couple people, and my weapons do not do that much damage. They just take me down real quick, so I got to figure out how I'm gonna get past that. They do offer a couple alternative routes. Like there's a main route that they have offered to me, but they also offer this alternate route, and that's what I'm checking out. And it just seems like I don't have the weapons for it, I guess, because it's just not. I'm just not getting enough done. But we'll see. I'm gonna put a little more time in. We'll see how that goes. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it, but we'll see. Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds. Like it so far. Definitely check it out on Game Pass for the time being.
It's a Game Pass game. If you've got Game Pass, like
whether or not,
not?
if you're a PS4 owner, whether or not you should buy it yet, we can't really say yet.
I mean, if you like New Vegas games, I think you'll.
Yeah, if you are already on that Western RPG bandwagon, yeah,
Go for it.
go nuts. Last thing I played.
Okay.
I can't say I played much Control. I just downloaded it and played like the first thing, so I can't say much of that. But I did play more WoW.
All right. Yeah, of course.
And I hit level 40, and I am now officially in hoarding gold mode.
Nice.
They also announced the new patch for retail WoW, which it's going to be this old gods end of the world type thing, which is supposedly leading into a Shadowlands expansion.
Okay.
Where we literally go fight death.
Right.
So,
well, why not?
Exactly. Why not?
Let's do it.
Why not? Whoa, they...
Okay, well, cool.
Yeah. Also, whoa, they updated the World of Warcraft client.
Ooh.
Yeah, it just says World of Warcraft. It doesn't even say like Battle for Azeroth or anything. That's weird.
Fun. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so Is that everything we've been playing? You put any time into Final Fantasy at all? Or?
I put a little bit of time in. It's basically, I'm going through the main quest line, and I'm, doing the occasional daily. I've been trying to split that with, getting other stuff done. But apparently it starts picking up once you get to 50 and up, and I'm not there yet, so I'll update more as time goes on.
All right, yeah, we'll get that MMO thing up and running soon.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we only got real 2 news stories this week. The first one is Last of Us 2, 3 weeks after its release date was announced, it gets delayed. Well, it's originally going to be February 21st. Date will not stick. Is going to be spring 2020. In a letter to fans from game director Neil Druckmann, a new release date of May 29th is confirmed. The news is expected to have the long-awaited release date announcement came less than a month ago and had the aim as February 21st. Druckmann acknowledged this, right, I know it's just a month ago. We had a big blowout for the game, letting media play over 2 hours of it, along with debuting our new story trailer, revealing the release date. The positive response from our community was overwhelming. You can feel the energy among the team members after working on something for so many years, invigorating to get a glimpse of validation for all the hard work. However, during the last few weeks, we were closing out sections of the game, we realized that we simply didn't have enough time to bring the entire game up to the level of polish, what we would call a Naughty Dog quality game. Hold on, I'm going to pause for here.
Okay.
What is that standard? Like, bruh, you making 10s. Like, what is the standard? I want to know. I need to know. Like,
you're gonna find out.
Like, because, like, you look at Uncharted 4, 10. Uncharted 3, 10. Uncharted 2, 10. Last of Us, 10.
Yeah.
Like, what is this fucking studio?
New standard, new 10s.
New
year, new 10.
Yeah, man. Alright. At this point, we're faced with 2 options. Compromise parts of the game or get more time. We went with the latter, and this new release date allows us to finish everything to our level of satisfaction while also reducing stress on the team. That's good. Less crunch.
Yep.
Always a fan. While we're relieved that we won't have to compromise our vision, we're disappointed that we won't be able to avoid this sad situation, but we wish we could have foreseen this amount of polish we needed, but the size and scope of this game got the better of us. We disappointed our fans, and for that we're sorry. We hope you understand this additional time ensures that The Last of Us Part 2 lives up to our collective ambition, as well as our commitment to the highest level of quality. We know the extra few months will add to what may have been already excruciating wait for us all.
Yep.
We are grateful to your patience. Come next May, you'll finally rejoin Ellie in The Last of Us Part 2. The release date and outbreak date festivities were coming by loads of new details, including that the game will no longer have multiplayer. They said Naughty Dog has a separate online experience is in the works. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bummer. Like, that's a bummer, but, like, on the other hand, like, I get it, because, like, hey, good game is going to be good forever.
Yep.
Bad game, not so much. I'm pretty sure that most studios probably would just shipped it, but...
Well, right, but...
This is not... This is
Last of Us 2.
This is crazy people.
Yep. I want them to make what they envisioned, so...
Yeah, absolutely. I want them to give us this crazy fever dream.
Yeah.
God damn it. What is this game?
We're gonna find out.
Like, every time I see a preview of it, I'm like, how the fuck is this running on a PS4? Like,
well, Naughty Dog's basically like the Nintendo developers for a Nintendo console. Mm-hmm. Naughty Dog's the studio that's going to figure out how to do the PlayStation.
The thing is like, I know it's going to make my PS4 sound like a jet engine.
Yep.
Because Call of Duty is doing that right now, actually.
Oh, man.
Alright, so, bummer, but understandable.
Yep. Take the time you need.
Next news study. And last one is... Fallout 76.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Okay, what now?
Let's see. So, publisher Bethesda announced the game's much-requested edition of computer-controlled characters was delayed until next year. He said they also said they'll be selling a premium subscription service that will provide players with access to a private server at a cost of $13 a month or $100 for a year.
Whoa.
Bethesda calls this new program Fallout First and pitches it in a new blog as a premium membership that offers something players have been asking for since before launch: private worlds for you and select friends. For the cost of that subscription, player can get access to a private version of the world that they can share with up to 7 other players who don't also have to be subscribers. This indicates that those private worlds will at some point come with mod support. This is what you get as a member of Fallout First. Private worlds. Play in a private world exclusive for you and up to 7 friends. Unlimited storage for crafting components in your own new scrap box container. Okay. A new placeable fast travel with a stash, sleeping bag, and more for your basic needs. Atoms receive 1,650 atoms per month to use in the Atomic Shop, so the mod shop. Ranger outfit, an iconic Fallout exclusively for members. A unique icons and emotes pack only available to members. Now, I want you to point this out. This costs $13 per month.
Yeah.
Now, let me point out some other subscription services to you.
Okay.
Real quick.
Uh-huh.
A World of Warcraft subscription will cost you $15 a month, and that gets you both WoW and WoW Classic.
Mm-hmm.
A regular Netflix subscription costs $13.
Yep.
And an Xbox Game Pass membership costs you $9.99. So if you have an Xbox and you just want the Xbox games, that will run you a cool $10. Or if you want Game Pass Ultimate for both platforms, it'll run you a cool $15.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, Jason Schreier of Kotaku tweeted, Fallout 76 new premium subscription, $13 a month, costs more than Game Pass, $10 a month, on which you can get Fallout New Vegas and The Outer Worlds. And Fallout 3 and 4.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. And then Xbox tweeted out something like, thank you, and this tweet is not promoted, was not paid for. And Jason responds with, you need to charge a lot more than $19.99 a month to afford me.
Did you see the Twitter post about how people from Fallout 76 are like griefing people who are going to be part of Fallout First?
As they should. Good.
Like there's going to be a war now between these two classes of Fallout 76 players.
First off, why are you playing Fallout 76? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? What?
I understand for a time putting faith in it. I own it. I have it.
Why do you own Fallout 76?
Because I had friends that were going to play it. We wanted to try and make something out of it. And after a while, there was a lot of nothing.
Dear
and
Lord.
So we stopped.
Oh, God. Like, that game was so bad. It was so unbelievable. What made it worse, what made it so much worse, is the fact that, like, even on, like, we were playing the console version, and even on the Xbox One X, just immense frame rate problems, and fucking, like, crashes, and, like, it was so bad that at the end of our live stream, I'm like, you know what? I know how exactly we're ending the stream. And I kick out to the menu of the Xbox and uninstall the game.
Yep.
If I owned the disc, I would have snapped it in half.
Okay. It's just...
It's like...
I have not heard a good Fallout 76 story since it was released.
It's like if you took let's put it this way. It's almost like if you took Fallout and took all the good shit out of it.
Right.
And then released it as an online only game.
It seems like a mode that would have come with another game. Like, obviously they put a lot of work into this, but... This
entire past year for Bethesda really feels like shit, we don't have anything for release, but we need to put out shit for release for stockholders. Shit.
Yep.
Okay, hey, is that Fallout 4 DLC we were working on done? The multiplayer thing? Close? Ship it. Just ship it out.
Yeah.
It's like, what about that Wolfenstein expansion? Good enough? Yeah, okay. A 7? You think it's going to get our focus group says 7 out of 10. Great, get it out. Get it out. Get it out of here. You know? And then, like...
I mean, there's no NPCs.
How fucking insane is that? How fucking... Imagine playing World of Warcraft with no NPCs.
It's crazy playing Outer Worlds, and like it reminded me that the thing that drives me through any Fallout game or any of those types of games is interacting with people and talking with people and finding out about the world and interacting and injecting myself into things. And when you take all of that away, what am I doing? I don't like playing it.
Oh man, ooh,
yeah,
buddy.
It's amazing. I don't know how they keep doing this, but
excellent. Like, man.
So like, this is funny to think about because they came out last year at E3 and were like, yeah, sorry about how Fallout 76 launched.
You mean this year's E3?
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
So like,
I'm gonna look up their E3 this past year.
Oh god, yeah.
So they had Doom Eternal.
Yep.
NPCs bring back are coming to Fallout 76, delayed to next year.
Yep.
The Battle Royale mode, which I haven't heard anything about.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Ghostwire and the adorable artist,
yes.
who is now working on other games.
Yep.
A Deathloop, which we haven't heard anything about.
Yeah, Deathloop.
Elder Scrolls Blades is a piece of shit. Rage 2, horribly disappointing. Wolfenstein Youngblood, horribly disappointing. No one cares about Commander Keen.
Well, in the format that they decided to release it, for sure.
Even less people give a shit about Elder Scrolls Legends.
Right.
And then people continue to play Elder Scrolls Online. That's fine.
Yep.
So, Adam,
that game's alright.
Yeah. But I'm just like,
yeah,
are you serious right now?
Oh my god, I can't believe after, it's over a year now. Almost 2?
No, it'll be a year in November.
Yeah.
Because I remember people being really hyped for that game, and I'm like, you need to start talking about Red Dead. And, like, Red Dead comes out to, like, universal praise, 10 out of 10, and then this comes out, and it's Fallout 76.
Like, I can't believe that they're still making decisions like this.
Well, like, here's the thing, like, here's why. Like, I can tell you why. Because, like, at this point, you're either bought in or you're not.
True.
It's either, like... So it's either, okay, we're going to try and squeeze the lemmings for as much as we can, or we're going to kill the game.
Well, or you pull a Final Fantasy 14 or a Destiny 2.
Well, I don't think...
And you listen to the people talking about it.
I don't think that's Bethesda, what they're aiming for here.
I guess not, because then you're left with the other two options.
Yeah, and I think that eventually they're just going to drop support for it and move on to their next thing, which apparently they're working on Elder Scrolls 6, and they're working on Ghostwire, and then some new IP, which, like, I have always known Bethesda to be an overhyped developer. I'm sorry, like, I have. They've made
I know you have.
They've made some really good games. Don't get me wrong. Like, Oblivion and Morrowind are two of my favorites. And I think that Skyrim's really good. I think Fallout New Vegas is... Oh, not New Vegas. I think Fallout 3 is an overhyped turd. I think Fallout 4 is an even bigger overhyped turd. I think that that's generally what I think of that. And it's... it is what it is. But I don't. They haven't done and then what else has they made? They didn't make Dishonored. They published it. They don't make the id Software games. They publish them.
Right.
And then that's it. So, Bethesda themselves, Fallout 4, which was a disappointment. Even for Fallout fans, it was a disappointment. Because they didn't fix any of the problems that those games have been having.
It wasn't a huge disappointment by any means, but it wasn't a wow factor.
I think that anyone who wants to look up, and I'll pull it up right now for them, the Giant Bomb Great Fallout 4 debate.
That's a great video.
It's
a great part of the podcast.
It's 32, or Jeff has a 48-minute rant on his Mixler about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both of these are good options.
Yeah.
To understand why that game is a disappointment, though.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. There were
and I'm sorry, but new generation, new standard.
Sure.
New generation, new standard. And to come out and be like, hey, we have all the same bugs as before, and it plays just the same as before, and literally everything is the same except we have this new settlement system that does nothing.
I don't know. I just don't think Fallout fans cared too much about those aspects until Fallout 76 came around.
Right, but it's our whole new shtick is settlements.
Yeah.
That's our new whole thing.
Yeah.
And other than that, everything else is the same but prettier.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what are you doing?
To the people who are not deep into Fallout, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and even the people who are deep into Fallout, I knew played the game and then they finished it and they were like, they didn't really do anything.
Well, right. It's you go to that for the writing, and then once the writing's done, it's done.
No.
I don't know. As someone who's never really been a fan of the games, I played quite a bit of Fallout 4, and it was it's another one of those. People are into these games. And then I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything extra negative from Fallout 4 fans or Fallout fans. But yeah, it was more of the same. And man, Fallout 76 tried to be something different, but just took out a lot of the good stuff along the way.
Just you gotta think the last time that they put out a critically acclaimed I would say a game that is as good as their reputation was Skyrim.
Yep.
That game came out in 2011, bro.
Yeah.
That game came out on 11/11/11.
It sure did.
That was their whole shtick. And Anthony and I trolled the line. Did we tell you? Did we tell you that story?
Probably.
I'll run through for those of you who haven't heard it. It's we didn't go to the midnight launch of Skyrim because we thought it's going to be way too patch and crazy. Turns out the 10 a.m. launch was just as patch and crazy. Cool. Line out the door.
Yep.
So we go in line, and I'm not there to pick up Skyrim. I'm there to pick up another game that came out that week. Came out on Tuesday, the Metal Gear Solid HD collection.
Right.
So it came with 2, 3, Peace Walker, all in HD for PS3. And Anthony, he picks up his nice PS3 copy of Skyrim and goes on his way. And I'm like, no, I'm not there for that. They're like, I give them which version you want? And I'm like, no, I ain't here for that garbage.
Yes.
I'm here for the Metal Gear collection.
Yeah.
And literally, the girl goes, oh, completely unprepared for this. Just deer in the headlights, just oh. And then goes to find it. And she's digging through all the counters, digging through the new releases, digging through the,
it's a line. It's a midnight release, isn't it?
No, it's a morning release.
It's a morning release. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. So she should have this.
Yeah, so it's on the off chance that someone was coming.
Well, right, it's a new game if it's releasing that day.
Yeah, yes, I get it. It's Skyrim Day. I understand.
Yeah.
So she's just like, and she just, she goes to the back, can't find the back. She goes up to the manager, and it's just like, hey, do you know where we put these? Because apparently Konami did not ship many copies.
That probably didn't help.
Every GameStop apparently got like 5.
Great.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm looking for the Metal Gear Solid collection for PS3. And she's like, okay. So now the manager has to get taken off the registers, out of the 3 registers, to go help find it with her. So now there's only one person on registers for this line that is literally packed to the GameStop shoulder to shoulder.
Oh man.
Okay, so she's looking. He's looking, and then finally they have to pull the last person off the register. Now no one's on the registers.
Oh come on!
Copies of Skyrim are not being sold, and I'm just sitting here being like, I just wanted a copy of Metal Gear.
Why would they pull the third person off? Is 2 looking not enough?
Apparently not.
Good lord.
Apparently not for this game.
If you've got the manager off the register, then that should be enough.
Yeah, so so they finally find it. Apparently it was like in an unopened, like just got their box in the back of like 5 copies. And they ring me up, and the entire line just like they get everyone back into place after ringing me up. And then I leave, and the line starts progressing at a normal pace again.
Yep.
So that's how we accidentally trolled the Skyrim line with Metal Gear.
And that's not even that's not even on you. That could have been handled better by them.
I'm sure Kojima would have been proud, though.
Oh yeah, no, he would have smiled and slightly nodded, and then said, "I peed blood once." Anyway.
I would love to have a conversation with him.
Yeah, I don't know how that'd go. He seems like an enigma of a human being.
I know. I want to hear his thoughts on politics.
Oh God, Nanomachine's son. And then he would just disappear.
By the way, I was just scrolling through this, like what I looked up on like when I looked up Giant Bomb Fallout 4 Gersman, and like I scrolled down a little bit. It's like Jeff Gersman's got that Reno energy.
Yep, when he went and got some energy drinks from Reno. Apparently, you guys have some exclusive stuff.
We do. We have a lot of stuff that you can't get in a lot of other places when it comes to that type of thing.
That's where I first tried Redline.
That's where you can get Fagos on the west coast.
Yeah.
Like that's hard. That's a hard ask on the west coast.
Fucking Fago.
Yeah, because Reno, as you know, is down with the clown.
We sure are. God damn it. Anyway.
Oh.
So I guess we'll just monitor Fallout 76.
Yeah, that's...
Continue to watch the train wreck in slow motion.
God, you can...
From month to month.
I remember you could get copies of that game so cheap.
That was part of it. That was part of why I got it. It was like...
Like 2 weeks after release, it was like $40. Yep. And then, like, how much is it? You have a PS4 copy? What copy do you have?
Oh, I think it's a PS4. I probably got it at like 20-ish maybe. And that was probably high. Yeah,
you get it new for 20, pre-owned for 18.
Yep.
But like I knew copies of this were going for super cheap. Oh yeah, and then they had that bag drama.
The bag stuff happened. Yeah.
Oh my wow. God.
That was dumb.
It's fucking A. Fucking
Just
A.
keep going. So we'll keep watching.
Someone needs to make a website of like Fallout 76 X days since last fuck up.
Yeah. Oh, and if you're listening to this and haven't heard about it, someone snagged up the Fallout First URL and made a mock parody website.
Oh, are you serious?
Oh, yeah.
What is it, falloutfirst.com?
Is it falloutfirst.com?
I hope so. I'm going to go. Fallout. Let's see.
Falloutfirst.com.
Let's see. Private World, Scrapbox, and more coming to Fallout 76 with Fallout Fuck You First.
Mm-hmm. They put some work into this. Yeah. Like, they got the font and everything.
Someone went out and... Oh, God. I cannot believe this shit.
Yeah, no.
Instead of going and fixing their fucking game, like, that people paid for, and then got gypped on that collector's edition, oh, here's $5 in our shitty store credit. Sorry, this bag looks like something you'd buy at the dollar store instead of like a real ass bag. You know? Oh, fuck you, we're Bethesda, we do what we want. Like, I cannot. My brain cannot fathom.
I just don't know.
It can't. It doesn't. It's just like, nah, son. No.
At the bottom of the webpage, it links to an IGN video. IGN is dunking on this membership.
Yeah, everyone should dunk on this.
Yeah.
Well, you want to know why? Because fucking Destiny spends an entire year with its, like, one expansion just sitting on it before they can finally go free to play. You have Final Fantasy taking, like, 3 years to fix their fucking broken nightmare.
Yeah.
And giving anyone who bought it a free update to their new thing. You know, you have fucking World of Warcraft putting out their one of their best expansions after Draenor. You know, but nah, you're being like $13 a month for these 4 things you've been really wanting.
Yep.
Eat a dick, Fallout.
It's
fucking
amazing.
I cannot believe it.
The tide has to turn at some point, right? Someone has to get something right.
I mean, I honestly think this is just going to be one of those games that's just going to die.
I just feel like one of the biggest lessons we've learned in the last couple of years is that if you listen to your community and put the work towards, you know, because that's the thing, players want to enjoy your game. There are rabid Fallout fans that want to enjoy a Fallout game.
A perfect example of this is Street Fighter V. Street Fighter V launched really fucking weak. Only 16 characters, etc., etc. Right now, it's probably the strongest it's ever been. Great character roster, good balance, looks great. Their microtransactions are a little fucked, but
sure,
you know, like certainly not a bad game from a gameplay standpoint and fun to play. You know. Yeah. There are lots of cases of this, and like just for them to be like, okay, we could do all that work, or fuck them. That's
keep going. I don't know. This is fascinating, for sure. I can't wait to see how it ends.
If I was a Fallout 76 player, I'd be so pissed. I'd be so pissed. You know, like I've been fucked over by big companies a lot when it comes to my taste in games and exploiting my love of certain games and franchises.
Oh yeah, it's part of it.
You know, Bungie is probably one of the stronger ones out there, but like, man,
this is something.
Man, I've never seen something like this shit before. Yeah. How much is Fallout 76 on Steam? Oh, they don't sell it on Steam anymore. That's right. You have to get it through the Bethesda store. All the other Bethesda games come out on Steam, but not that one.
Man. Wow.
Fucking A.
I don't know.
Fucking A, man.
Alright. I'm done talking about Fallout 76. I don't want to think about it right now.
It's literally giving me a like it's literally my brain's going like
oh God, put him to sleep.
My brain's just like, quick, we need to end his suffering. Quick, knock him out.
All right.
Like, I can't.
Yep.
I can't, bro.
Outer Worlds out now.
Yeah, play that instead. Really, like it is a hell of a game.
Yep.
You know that is a game that I would fucking highly recommend to anyone.
Yep.
So yeah, big. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna do us a quick run by for comments and whatnot.
All right.
But for the most part, we're pretty done. All right. Yeah, nothing new this week.
Okay.
Yeah, so. Alright, well, everybody, thank you for tuning in. I know this is actually kind of shorter fare for us.
Yeah, well, we need one of these after the last couple.
The last couple of just, here, 4 hours.
Enjoy. Running through 100 video games.
Yeah. It is the season.
Yeah, no, we're getting there.
Yeah,
so.
like it's the middle of that hot new release season. We're getting, next week we'll talk some Luigi's Mansion, some After Party.
Yep.
Week after that we got Death Stranding.
Yeah, we'll have lots to talk about.
If I can put the money together, I might pick that up on release day.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Like, just because I want to talk about it on the show, and
Yep.
I know I won't have it in time for the recording if I don't run out and pick it up.
Yep.
Okay, so the review embargo is the first. So if, I just hear these immensely positive reviews, then I'll probably go out and pay
That's
the
the thing.
cash.
Right now it's a mystery.
Right now it's like, hey, have you heard about Kojima's coked out fever dream?
Yep.
All right, y'all.
God damn it.
We love you.
Yes. You all have a good week.
I know we keep talking about it. We'll get that MMO thing started soon.
We got a few things we're working on right now.
It's just we need to. The problem is we have a giant pile of chaos that we need to just break into pieces and get started.
Yep. But it's rolling, so
rolling.
You'll see it soon.
All right, bye guys. Love you.
All right, see ya.